Yeah, the moment of truth is here and I am jazzed. Wow, okay, that feels freaking awesome. What's up guys, welcome to Caffeinated. Charlie here with you as always, and today on Caffeinated, we're doing something a little different, doing something special here. We're building the gym for the show. I got construction going on here and I had a couple of things I was setting my sights on. My friends at Bells of Steel have sent an all-in-one trainer for us to set up, check out, review, use on the show, all that awesome stuff. I'm gonna do it in real time with you guys. I got the boxes here. I think it's 5 big boxes, the 4 weight stacks. Now keep this in mind too guys. I have herniated a disc only a few days ago. I was lifting this stuff. Nothing here is super crazy. I'm gonna be careful, but nothing here is super crazy. The other thing about Bells of Steel that is really cool too is something got lost in the mail, and within like 2 days they replaced it. They got it here for me. I'm a fan of these guys. I've known their products for a long time. I wanna check this out. I'm gonna build this in real time with you guys. If you like it, you can use my code to get it. And hopefully I love it too, and we're gonna do it together. So watch me set this stuff up. I'm using the corner of the room here again. That's going out about 7 feet on both sides. And the boxes they sent over too, I mean, this is I think like the heaviest one, and it's not like crazy. Maybe it's like 20, 30 pounds, something like that. Nothing too nuts. These are all numbered, which I also really appreciate. I want you guys just to see all the boxes and stuff like that it came with. Again, they are not super heavy, going around the room a little bit, all that good stuff. I'm putting my weight belt on, again, not because it's super heavy, but I herniated a disc only about a week ago, so, you know, better safe than sorry, all that stuff, and it's that dang hack squat. I don't want to hurt myself, y'all. All right, so we got box number 1 here, box number 2 here. Let's do it. The customer service and the folks at Bells of Steel too, really good people, really kind, really easy to talk to, and you know, don't make you feel like you're inconveniencing them. The kind of way you want to feel when you're talking to a company, which I super appreciate. All right, we got number 1 here, guys. Let's crack number 1 open and start building this fargan thing. You can even do it with a herniated disc, guys. You know, as long as your doctor says, yeah, herniated disc, put together some weight equipment and work out. Aha, instructions, labels for the weight stack. This is gonna be basically weight stack kind of pin deal. This is very cool, exciting. Here's your cable and all that stuff, pins, awesome. This looks very cool. It looks like they also send you 2 giant bow staffs if you're wanting to work on your martial arts training, like myself. It comes with 2 free bow staffs. Oh, how I want to. This is cool. It looks like this comes with, looks like these handles have just different places that you can, I guess, loop them onto the cable, depending on how close or how long of a grip you want. This is actually pretty neat. I've not seen a whole lot of trainers come with this. This is interesting. Usually you get the short one, or I like the one in the gym. I do upright rows with the one that's kind of like linked like this together. So I kind of do upright row for a rear delt and side delt. This is very interesting. It's very cool. The quality on this looks really good. Bells of Steel, obviously. It's good steel they're using. First impression right off the bat. Cable tricep press down. It's either that or half a nunchuck. So I'm gonna, you know, you maybe need to. A fellow chucker. We got books coming out and workouts and all this fun stuff. When I started constructing, you can't see the full gym here, but when I started putting this together, Bells of Steel was actually the first company I ended up talking to because I thought a lot of their stuff was really cool and it was functional. It didn't take up a huge profile on the floor in terms of space. You know, this is not a commercial gym, which is what makes this really good for home gyms in my opinion. Even the gyms that I've trained at over the years, I find that when they pack things in so tight, even if the gym is huge, when the machines are on top of each other, it's kind of not the most enjoyable. This seems pretty cool so far. I know I totally said this before, I'm just gonna re-emphasize it. You can really feel the weight and the quality of the steel from Bells of Steel. You can tell the quality is really good, and I didn't put it together yet, and I hope I like it as much as I hope I'm gonna like it, but the weight of this alone, you know, heavy is good. Heavy is a sign of reliability. If it does not work, you can always hit them with it. One of the things too that made this a lot easier, I know I had an injury and everything, but they shipped this thing in like 9 boxes total, and it didn't come on a pallet with a friggin' forklift, and it is heavy, as like the individual pieces have weight to them, but the way they ship this, I have to say, is really, really good. It's not one giant box. You could handle this, which, I mean, I'm relatively strong, but even if you were not what you would consider relatively strong, this thing's not overwhelming by any means. Once again, first impressions, you can see the quality of the lock here that will go onto the rack to kind of get your heights and whatnot of you're doing, you know, it's low if you're doing biceps, it's high if you're doing triceps. The quality of this is really, really stellar, really, really good. So far, I am impressed by just the craftsmanship of what I'm looking at. Pull-up bar to do pull-ups on, or in my case, I hang upside down and sleep like a bat. This is a super efficient way to send nuts and bolts, laid out quite easily, which I appreciate. So far anyway, and I don't want to jinx it, the diagrams on this thing are really good. It is very easy to understand what piece goes where. Let's hope that trend continues. My floor angles forward a little bit, so I'm going to take 2 pieces of mat at the very end, put them under the 2 front pieces where it gets bolted down to the floor. Obviously, whenever you guys are making something like this, it's big weights, they can topple over. You always want to bolt this stuff to the floor. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build it up a little bit with a little bit of that floor pad, bolt it down, we'll be extra safe, and rock and roll. Keep going. As I'm putting this thing together, guys, I know I'm not talking to you guys so much, but as I'm putting this thing together, the quality of this thing is really fantastic. I haven't gone through the motion, you know, the smoothness of the levers or joints yet, but you can see the craftsmanship behind this piece by piece is really fantastic. So far, hats off to the crew at Bells of Steel. This thing really screams quality. So guys, so far this setup has been super easy with just a socket wrench, a screwdriver. You don't need much. I mean, a box cutter to open this stuff. For the one spot beyond the pull-up bar that gets a little tight, I suggest just a channel lock and an adjustable wrench. You go 1, 2. This took me like 30 seconds to do. Not a big deal. Just be aware you might want to have a channel lock too. Or a couple of, I guess if you have a really thin socket wrench, awesome. It might not do the trick though. All right. These things are numbered. This is the second one you do. It's a little tight to get in there, but it makes sense. Just like I said, if you have some channel locks, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. All right, cappuccino time. So far, so good. These instructions are really good. They're clear. Nothing is, other than trying to fit in maybe 2 nuts on the higher part there and having a little bit of a tough time with the washer up there, which again, I figured out. It's all pretty straightforward. Their schematics are really, really good. So again, I give the BOS crew another check mark for making instructions that are pretty gosh darn clear. Move on to the second cable now. Note to self, guys, make sure that you guys have these lower cables. Make sure both the cables are in the piece, the groove, whatever you call it, before you put the bearings on. It gets a little tricky with the multiple cables. Pay more attention than I just did. Yeah, the moment of truth is here and I am jazzed. I've put together my Bells of Steel all-in-one trainer. I was very impressed with the craftsmanship. I had mentioned the quality, the weight of it was very, very cool. The way they cut the holes, it just all seems very pristine and calculated. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through some movements and see what the heck this thing feels like. And hopefully it feels as good as the thing looks. A little nervous about it, let's see. BOS crew, which you all made here. Let's do some biceps. Let's start there, right? Ooh, yeah. All right, come on over. So it comes with attachments. This is a straight bar. I hooked it to the middle son of a gun, because that's what they call them at BOS, son of a guns. I hooked it to the middle son of a gun, and let's see what this thing feels like. Make sure I look extra pumped here, you got me? All right. This feels extremely smooth, and I'm noticing that positioning with this, kind of where I want to put myself, is definitely important. The pulley is very, very smooth, and it seems pretty evenly distributed. I'm feeling a great amount of tension from the bottom to the top of the rep. And obviously at the top of a curl, you're kind of letting go of some of that, but here, it feels really good. Let's check out how this whole thing moves around in terms of doing some triceps, moving some things around. I had some handles here, we'll use these in a moment, but let's get these guys off. That works. And let's do tricep here. This is super smooth. It's like very, very, almost smooth, and I don't want to say weightless, but the glide is really, really nice. This has been a lubricated machine. All right, so let's try some tries here. The stack to me, maybe because I'm just not all that strong, but the stack to me felt like it was like a good weight before. I don't know what this stuff's gonna feel like yet. The stack goes up to 210 pounds. Obviously, this is the weight stack version versus the plate loaded. I don't think I'm going near the bottom of that unless I'm really doing like chest compound movement types of things. Maybe even like with a belt squat or something if you had a way to set that up. Let's see how this feels on the triceps here. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. I may even come in a little bit. Wow. That feels really, really good. That feels really, really good and really, really smooth. That felt fantastic. I want to try some other back movements and some chest movements with this thing, and we'll use both pulleys in a second. Let's see first what like a straight arm pull down feels like, because again, a lot of it is the stack and just how the pulleys and the stack coordinate. Let's start a straight arm pull down first. Something I learned very quickly if you purchase this machine is if you want to get the mobility out of this part up here, you might not want to go to the very top. So I wanted to do some straight arm pull downs. I was hitting this here a little bit, so I want to come a little bit lower to give myself enough room for a pull down. Sometimes I'm just weird, I guess. I don't like to be just straight with the thing. I like to be to the side. So good to know if you want to do straight arm pull downs. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, this feels much more normal. Wow, okay. That feels freaking awesome. Okay, so it's definitely lighter now. I'm realizing that it was the pulley that I was confused about. Probably do, not that I need to do it right now, but probably use a little more weight than this. And yeah, that feels great. I really, really like the distribution from the top to the bottom of the rep. Let's see what a pull down feels like a back pull down. Now there are different ways to do this. There are probably different, attachments, benches, all that stuff. I'm gonna do this in a very kind of rudimentary way. I'm gonna do a standard pull down here, and I'm also gonna be conscious of keeping this attachment out of the way of it. And let's see what a pull down feels like. I'm gonna just put a little more weight on this thing. Holy shit. So what you'll see me do, my test of the machine, is how high can I sit and still get a deep stretch on this thing, right? Do I have to be on the floor or not? This is a regular bench for me. I'm not super tall or short, So for me right now, my arms are a little long, but I'm getting a full stretch here. This is what I want. And I want to be able to pull down. And again, it is super smooth. So this is awesome. All right, I'm impressed. This I would definitely go heavier with too, but I don't see myself doing too much outside of that. It's like based on the weights, you got the green, the yellow, and the red. I think I'll be doing a whole lot in the yellow. I don't know how much of this I would be doing in the red. I'm gonna find out. Let's do some chest stuff, guys. Let's see what chest stuff feels like. Gonna try some flies, gonna try some presses, see what this whole thing feels like. I am using the handles for this. And the stack, I mean, there's not a whole lot of weight on here. I'm gonna try to fly with a little bit less, and then I'm gonna try and press with a little more, and we'll see what this feels like. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so this is kind of your sweet spot here. And I think in terms of doing a fly, you have two choices with this, which seem pretty cool. Your first choice is to do both hands at once and to get just as close as I am right now. It feels very smooth, and it's letting me have a deep stretch at the top and come down. Now I'm right now going down instead of out. If I put these cables a little lower, I'd be doing a fly up here, which can also do. Maybe something like a little closer to like a pec deck. Okay, let's see what this feels like really quick. Yeah, exactly. This is like a more traditional fly in terms of where I'm putting this thing. This feels super, super smooth. I wonder what a chest press would feel like with this too. This thing locks in nicely. Let's see. Wow, yeah, okay, cool. There's a lot of shit you can do with this. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. This is very cool. And the weight feels substantial. All right, so I am impressed with the Bells of Steel all-in-one trainer. I am really, really impressed with how this thing works, how it feels, the craftsmanship of it. It's just really, really good. I think it's worth it. If you'd like to purchase one, you can use my link, my code, all that stuff. It's in the bio. And this is the kind of thing where if you have a space, a semi-small space that you need to function within, you can do almost everything with this. I didn't do any lower body stuff because I still have that herniated disc, so I didn't do squats or anything. But there are ways where you could set up a belt squat with this probably. You could be doing lunges with this stuff. You could be probably setting up extensions and stuff like this. You can get on the floor and do rows with it. I mean, obviously, I didn't talk about it too much, but even like the pull-up type of stuff is here. You can train abs with this. I'm really, really, really impressed with it. And I'm excited to work with these guys at Bells of Steel. Their reputation precedes them. So check them out, check out my link. And if you want to know more about the all-in-one trainer, let me know. Until next time, guys. Yeah.